Most of us go through life pretending that we're satisfied where we are, pretending that everything is okay, pretending that we don't have any special goals or ambitions or desires, when really deep down inside we do really want more. So if you want to do something, if you've thought about something you want to do, take it head on. Decide that you're going to start looking at it, start doing research on it, start tackling it, start becoming involved in whatever and wherever it might lead you, to begin to explore the possibilities in that particular thing that you're seeking, so that you can begin to learn all you can about it. Decide that you're going to face it, that whatever shortcomings you have, that you're going to strengthen yourself there. Whatever training that's required, that you're going to go get that training, that you're going to get started right now. As George Washington Carver would say, do what you can where you are with what you have, and never be satisfied. Yeah, don't get satisfied with yourself. Always know that wherever you are, you can enjoy more, that you deserve more. But most people, you know what they do? Most people go through life quietly and safely, tiptoeing to an early grave. Find out what it is you want and go after it as if your life depends on it. Why? Because it does. But what do we say? But there'll always be tomorrow. Oh, no. There's no guarantees you're going to show up tomorrow. There are a lot of people who were here yesterday that they're not here today. There are a lot of opportunities that were around yesterday. They're not here today. Here's something else. Decide to do it now. As you look at where you want to go, and if you look at life as a race or look at it competitively, and I think really you should be competing with yourself, if you decide to work real hard at what you do, to master that, to learn everything you can about that, what you're doing, you'll beat 50% of people in life. A person who wants to be successful in business, who expects to be a top salesperson, you don't have to tell them to do certain things, to do follow-up and follow through, to have an attention to detail. They do that automatically. That comes with the territory. And so by the same token, before you step out into the arena and you know the competition is stiff, that you do your homework, you do your research, you get more than enough information so that you will have the tools, that you have the knowledge, you have the information, and you're properly armed so that you can take on any competitors. It really doesn't matter because you have done your work. You've been thorough, and you have left no rock unturned. See, we must be willing to provide a standard of quality of service beyond the expectations of our clients. In order to do that, that requires a great deal of preparation and attention to detail and research and listening and asking questions and caring enough to provide the very best that you can for them. And Whitney Young said, it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. As you have a larger vision of where you want to go and you see yourself there and you ask yourself the question, what kind of chief executive officer must I become? What kind of salesperson, what kind of marketing person, what type of manager, what type of supervisor must I become? What is it that I need to change about me? What areas of my skills, my leadership potential do I need to work on to strengthen myself? What knowledge, what training do I need right now that I don't have? What kind of habits that I have that's a liability that I need to begin to change? How can I begin to transcend myself and develop a kind of consciousness that will enable me to produce these results that I look at and that I want in my life? As I mentioned, you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are, what you subconsciously believe that you deserve. And as you look at where you want to go, you are constantly working deliberately in the process of developing yourself to become that kind of person, that kind of manager, having that kind of consciousness to create what you want to create in your life experience. A lot of people laid back and wait for their ship to come in. No, I think you need to swim out there to that ship and pull it in. I think that people who are able to make a difference in life are people who have developed themselves in terms of their consciousness to begin to move forward. And what I mean by consciousness, there's a lot of talk about self-esteem. Self-esteem is how you see yourself. Consciousness is a collection of your thoughts, your feelings, and impressions used as an active force to act on what you see. As you work to develop your consciousness, and as you are constantly holding a vision out in front of you in the arena where you are, where you want to go, and as you move toward that, as you become activated, as you make the plunge, as you get out there, as you get into the flow, that's when you really begin to develop yourself, when you start making things happen, as opposed to waiting around, as opposed to deciding, well, I'm going to do it when I pay all my bills. I'm going to do it when the market changes. I'm going to do it when things get better. I'm going to do it after I resolve this over here. See, things will never be ideal. You've just got to decide that I'm going to act now. I'm going to make my move now. And so be it. If it works out, fine. And most people go to their graves taking their ideas with them, not wanting to make any mistakes, not wanting to fail, not wanting to step on anybody's toes, not wanting to hurt anybody's feelings, wanting to be known as the nice guy or nice lady, not wanting to be perceived as being pushy. And so they go to their graves with all of their music in them because they weren't willing to act. They weren't willing to step into the arena. They weren't willing to take care of business. And you've got to decide within yourself, come what may, let the chips fall where they may, but I'm going into action. I'm going to do something, and I'm going to do it now. And so what if I make some mistakes? So what? If I get blown out, at least I'll be able to stand up and say, I gave it my best shot. And most people don't do that. Most people never take their best swing. Most people never even discover their true talents and abilities because they go through life holding back. And many of us never act because we put on our emergency brakes in life called procrastination. We put on our emergency brakes called, is it safe? We put on our emergency brakes called, what will people say? Or, I don't have any money. Or, I would, but. I could, but, I woulda, shoulda, and oughta, and all of those things. And I say, get your butt out of the way and decide that you're going to take care of business right now. It's hard, it's good, and I'm going to do it. It's challenging, yes, and I'm going to make it happen. I don't have the money, and I'm going to find a way to get it. They've said no, okay, fantastic, and I'm coming back until I find a yes. And I feel that that's the kind of spirit that you must have, deciding to act and going into action right now where you are, and refuse to allow anything to discourage you from jumping out into the arena called life.